This class lasts 14 weeks, and you've got 4 units to go through, because that's what this says. 14, well, this is Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. Then can somebody tell me what you need to do to find out how many weeks we're going to spend on each unit? What can we do? Divide. And that comes out to how many weeks per unit? 3.5 units. That's right, class. Good job. Thanks for the interaction. So each unit, I want you to get your calendars out, get your phones out, your calendars. I want you to get them out right now. Because I have to go through this because students can't do it for themselves. So we have to go through and do this. So 3.5 weeks, I want you to count 3.5 weeks from today. 3.5 weeks per unit. And tell me the dates that you come up with for the first unit. Give or take a day or two. I'm not going to hold it. It's tentative. Where is 3.5 weeks from? Let's start with Wednesday. Okay? Start from Wednesday. Where is to 3.5 weeks from Wednesday? How much? What'd you say? February 6th. So you need to put right in here, test. Around here is around February 6th. Okay, 3.5 weeks from February 6th. Where does that leave you? Roundabout. Probably the end of February, wouldn't it? How much? Okay, let's say the end of February. So test 2 be the end of February. All right, so March would be what, 3.5 weeks, be what, 3.5 weeks, 1, 2, 3, what would it be? The 21st or something like that? Huh? 20th, so around here would be March 20th. And then where's this one? Probably the last day of class. How much? 10th. April 10th. Now I have to go through and show students how to do that. I know. Some of y'all are like, well, that's simple. I know that.
Excuse me.
Yes.
February 6th, when was that next test?
February 6th.
I'm the one that can't see.
End of February. That's all right. There's no law against that.
Yeah.
You just need to sit up front. No, I'm just kidding. The end of February. I just said the end of, it fell on the 27th, but I think there's 28 days in February, isn't it? So, now, for some of you type A people, you can go out here and put the days if you want to. Like, we said, what's next Wednesday? That's when I said start it, right? When's next Wednesday? All right, so you put 121 right here, 123 right here, you knock yourself out. I'm not doing that, all right? And I'll tell you why I'm not doing it. Because I'm not going to go over one section a day. There'll be some days that I spend 2 weeks on 2 sections because some of y'all don't get it. And I don't care. I care less about covering the syllabus. I care about you learning the material. Okay? That's what I care about. So, make sure that you put that this is tentative. This is not written in stone. I don't want any hammies. Everybody knows, what is it? Over the hedge? Right? I guess I got to pull it up. Hammy the squirrel? Y'all never seen Hammy the squirrel? Okay, some of y'all haven't, so we need to pull it up for the animation, get somebody's mind going, because some of y'all are already going to sleep on me. So we'll have to pull up Hammy. Hammy the squirrel. I wonder if he's on video. Where's YouTube? Let's go back to YouTube. How do you spell Hammy? Is it H-A? H-A what? M-M-Y. Squirrel. There's Hammy. Yep. I don't know where he's at, but he'll show up eventually.
Hammy the squirrel. The North American red squirrel is a native of Venezuela.
Oh, shut up.
Collecting.
There he is.
Let's see what happens when Hammy discovers this boomerang. Okay, go, go.
Well, I thought they were going to show Hammy, but
Oh, hey.
there he is.
Look, boy, look what I found. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Good, it does not see very good.
All right, see how Hammy's acting? Well, some of y'all act that way when it comes to due dates. When's the due date? When's the due date? When's the due date? When's the homework due? When's the homework due? When's the test due? When's the test due? Oh, we got to turn in test tomorrow. We got to turn in test today. We got to turn in. When's the last day class? When's the last week class? When's the finals? I ain't gonna put up with that. Okay. All right. Look at the handout that says it talks about things you will be graded on. Go ahead and get that out because it's very important that you understand how I am with dates. I'll pull it up for those that don't have it. Next to the syllabi, the one that you wrote the dates on, that's a very important page. This is the second most important page. That page right there. All right, let's talk about the homework and testing. It says, homework online is started when I what? When I start the material. There'll be people coming in here Wednesday asking me, when's homework due? When's homework due? I haven't even cracked the book open. I haven't even started teaching yet. And y'all are asking about, when's homework due? When's homework due? When's homework due? And you think I'm kidding. But there will be somebody up here Wednesday afternoon, before class or after class, and they'll come up here and they'll wait till everybody's gone. And Mr. McClure, I was wondering when the homework's due. And I'm going to look at them like they're an alien. I'm going to look at you like this. And then I'll probably just keep on doing what I'm doing. Why are you asking? Who worries about dates? Somebody answer that question. Who do you think worries about dates the most?
The one that's gonna do it the last minute.
There you go. Good job. You need to come up front. No, I'm just kidding. You're gonna be a good student because that's the ones that worry about the dates. That's the hammies. When's it due? 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 That's all I hear. Shut up. Get a life. All right? Yes, sir. Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. Just keep. Yeah, you probably got some of the stuff. You'll be all right. All right, as long as you got some of it. All right, just write down whatever you want to on notebook paper if you don't have it. Yeah, and then go over this video whenever you need to, and you can catch up on everything. All right. Homework deadlines will be posted when I get toward the end of the unit. Well, how do I know when's the end of the unit? Well, that's that homework. That's that page I just showed you a while ago. There you go. Let's say that we're going over 5.1. Okay, next week, that's where I start. Go ahead and mark these two off. Mark 1.2 and 1.3 off. I don't cover those. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by estimation. I'm not going to do it. We're going to start with number theory, which is finding the least common multiple of the greatest common factor, and prime factorization, which I'll show you how to do it, and you're going to love it. Now, if you want to watch a video to see how I do it, then go to the 5.1 video from last semester, and you can look it up and see where I'm going with it. But say we're do 5.1 on Wednesday, which we won't, because I got to show you how to do my left plus and everything like that. But we might start a little bit on 5.1 Wednesday at the latter part of the class. The next Monday we might do 5.2, 5.3. By now the hammies are going to be coming up and going, when are we going to have a test? When are we going to have a test? When's the homework going to be due? Okay. You're not listening to anything I'm telling you the first day of class. All right? It says right here on that sheet, I want everybody to get that sheet out if you got it. It says, homework deadlines will be posted when we get toward means almost there, the end of the what? So you don't need to worry about Chapter 5 test until we get toward the end of Chapter 5 material. And you discern that by, or you assess that by going here. So when we get to 5.6 material, what should everybody be saying to themselves? We're getting close. We're getting close to a test. Hubert's going to probably give us a test next time after we finish 11.1. And you are correct. Then I will do 11.1, and we'll go over the class. We'll go over it in class, and we'll do problems and blah, blah, blah. If it takes 30 minutes to go over 11.1, I'll go over 30 minutes, and I'll have an hour left to talk about something else. And that will be the test and the homework. I will say, okay, looks like we're ready for a test. And then I'll go in and I'll put the ending date on the homework. And I will put the test up and I'll say, okay, the test starts today and it ends on blah, 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 blah. Now, how will you know when it ends? Well, I just told you. And you will see it on Course Compass or My Labs Plus, whatever it's called. Now, let's go back to that sheet that tells you not to freak out right here. It says, for example, and I had to put this is made up. You know why I had to put this is made up? There's a story behind this. For example, this is made up in parentheses. I didn't have this is made up on my handout one time, and I had, for example, if we are on Unit 1 and it covers 8.1 through 8.8, blah, 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 blah. This is no lie. After I gave these out, this was when we didn't have email as much, and I handed them out. I had a student come back to me and say, I think I'm in the wrong class. And I said, why do you think you're in the wrong class? She said, because our Unit 1 covers Chapter 5. So I had to go back to the handout and I had to put, this is made up. Because she thought that we covered Chapter 8 and the syllabus says Chapter 5. So anyway, I had to go back and put, this is made up, because she was taking it literally. If we are on Unit 1 and it covers 8.1 through 8.8, some of y'all are going like, I don't understand, forget it. When we get to 8.7 in the class, that's when you need to start worrying about a test and deadline on the homework. You can print out the homework and do it the conventional way. Do it, paper and pencil if you want to, and then type in the answers if you want to. If you don't see a start date or an end date, you don't need to what? Worry about it. The reason that is because, let's say you're in 5.3 and you go online and you don't see any homework for 5.3, or you don't see any due date for 5.3. Well, 5.3 is at the beginning of the chapter. Do you need to worry about the end of the chapter when you're at the beginning of the chapter? No. So you don't need to worry about end date. You don't need to worry about when it's due. You just need to do it. Okay? Why do you not need to worry about a test date? Well, if you're at the beginning of the chapter, do you need to worry about when the test is going to start? No. Because you're at the beginning of the chapter. Just do the work. That's why the only people that worry about due dates are the people that don't want to do the work till the last minute. Online test. You will take the test online at your time, at your convenience. I will give you 2 chances, probably 3. I usually give y'all 3 chances. And I want everybody to take a highlighter out and highlight this next sentence. What does it say? It says, Course Compass will what? Take the highest grade. Write that down. It will take the highest grade. So if I give you 3 attempts for the test, it'll drop the lowest 2. If I give you 8 attempts for the test, it'll drop the lowest 7. It's going to take the highest grade, no matter how many attempts you take. So make sure you highlight that, because this is what the Hammies will do. If I take this test 3 times, will it average all 3 of them, or will it? And I'll look at you like you're an alien, because I've already answered that, and it's already documented. It's right there. You're just not listening, and you're not reading. I will give you 7 to 10 days to take the test. Why do I give you 7 to 10 days? Because some of you have 5-day funerals. Some of your grandmothers, 5 of your grandmothers will die the week of the test. Your house will flood. The cat will pee on the keyboard. The dog will eat the monitor. What else do y'all come up with? Y'all come up with some doozies, let me tell you. And you know it's always on what day? Test day. It's always on test day that y'all have 5 flat tires. It's always on test day that your grandmother dies twice. Some of y'all grandmother died 3 times and you only got 1 grandmother. All right? So I've got those 2 excuses covered. Oh, well, my modem went out on the first time I took the test. Well, first of all, you don't need to be taking a test with a modem. Some of y'all don't even know what a modem is. And second of all, you need to take the 2nd or 3rd one at McDonald's somewhere with good Wi-Fi, or here at, hey, there's a lab downstairs. Yeah, that's it. Use the lab downstairs. And I've taken care of your 5-day funeral and your 6 flat tires with the 7 to 10 days. So I've taken care of those 2 excuses. So now I've taken care of, I missed class. What do you do if you miss class? Go back and watch a video. I've taken care of the homework, because you have until the day of the test to pretty much do the homework. So that leaves you with maybe 2 or 3 weeks to do all the homework. And I've taken care of the lightning hit my house when I took the test the first time, so you got 2 other times to take it. What am I taking away from you? If you ever meet someone that failed my class, usually, most of the time, if they failed my class, and I'll be honest with you, usually there are some extenuating circumstances that kept that person from passing. You know, external, like family issues, work issues, blah, blah, blah. But if you take those 2 things out, or those external issues like family, financial, that type, then it just comes down to you being able to do that W word. And what is that? Work. That's what it comes out to be. So just remember that. You take the test when? On your time. That's the convenience of it. That way, think about it. If I give you 4 tests, I got to give them to you and I got to go over them. So that's 2 days per each test. That's 8 days. That's 8 days I could be what? Answering your questions, teaching. What about homework, grading your homework? You ever remember the high school teachers that used to go around and look at your notebook and make sure that you wrote all the answers down back right? You know, that you answered all the questions, wrote down all the answers in the back of the book. You check 15 minutes, maybe 15 minutes each class. Well, 15 minutes each class comes out to be twice a week. That's 30 minutes, an hour, or you know, somewhere around an hour every 2 weeks, which comes out to be 7 hours. 7 hours is about what? About 3 classes, somewhere around there. So that's another 3 classes, along with the 8. Comes out to 11 classes that I could be what? Teaching. Now, what do I do with those 11 classes? Well, I don't teach more material. What I do is I teach at a slower pace, because I don't have to do all that stuff. I don't have to grade. I don't have to return papers. I don't have to check papers. I don't have to do all that in class. So therefore, you get to send me questions, and I get to answer them, whereas somebody else that gives you the paper test and all that, they have to do all that. They can't answer the questions like I can, because they don't have enough time. Okay? Multiple choice and open answer, and you can review and print out the test after you have taken it. Okay? 60%, this is a test question. 60% of your test will come from the 4-unit test. Don't worry about that 6 right there. Just put 4. The above 4 grades. Here we go. You got 4-unit test right there. Just ignore that 5. I have to make it generic for all classes. So this is 4-unit test. That's 60% of your grade. The cumulative homework is how much? And the final exam is, that's the bonus question right there that one of the gimme questions I give you on the test. What is the weights of Hubert's class test, homework, and final exam? And you say 60, 20, 20. Now you would think everybody get that right. Do they? No, because the other answer is 30, 30, 30. And I have people answer 30, 30, 30. Why is 30, 30, 30 not correct? Doesn't equal 100. But I have students still put it. Okay? Another question. What does Hubert do with the 3 attempts for each test? Does he average them together, or does he take the highest grade? All of that comes from the syllabus handouts, and these handouts. I give you at least 10 questions per test. And some of y'all, that helps you make the next letter grade up. Some of y'all, it takes your letter grade down because you don't read what I give you. And you don't listen to what I say. Okay, so keep that one. This is a very important document. You will pull it out the last week of class because I'm going to go over it again the last week of class. So keep it somewhere in your notebook where you can pull out. I tell students to put this on the inside cover of your notebook where you have the plastic cover on the outside. Put this on the inside cover so you don't lose it. The other one, the other important page is that page right here. Put it on the other side of your notebook. You know, you have your front. Put this one on the front. Back, put that, the one I just showed you a while ago, put it on the back. Those are the 2 most important documents that I've given you. Question so far? So,
What was the name of the first one?
this was the one that goes on the front right here. This is your handout, the supplement. The other one is things you will be graded on. That's this one right here. That's that one. At the top, it's got, here are things you will be graded on. Now,
I thought the class met yesterday, so I bought pizza yesterday. I'm sorry. I'll buy it Wednesday. I'm not going to buy pizza 2 days in a row.
yeah, I bought pizza for y'all, but it was yesterday. I thought y'all met yesterday. So I had 2 pizzas home last night. Huh?
Now we get Zaxby's.
You want Zaxby's instead? Okay, I'll have to do Zaxby's next time. I do feed y'all sometimes. If y'all are good to me, then I'll feed you. But if y'all ain't good to me, the heck with y'all. Sometimes I'll feed you, especially if I'm hungry. All right, so that's that. Okay, you got 2 handouts ready and out of the way. So let's go with the 3rd handout. My 3rd handout is Hubert. Go ahead and pull it out. Now, some people say, well, you're just conceited. No, I'm not conceited. I could care less about you know about me. But there is a story behind this handout, and I'll tell it to you one day. But the reason it is I used to get people to fill out little index cards, and I would fill out my index card, and we would all mix them up and pass them out, and we would read our interests, our hobbies, and things like that, and try to guess who it was in the class. And that's where this came from. This was before email, this was a long time ago. And I just kept doing it because I think it's important for a student to know
their teacher before the first day of class or on the first day of class. I am very unconventional. I'm very not uptight, all right, like some of your other teachers or like teachers you have had. Here's the majority of teachers, I'm over here by myself. I do things differently. And one of my philosophies is know your teacher. You need to know your teacher because it's hard to get instruction from somebody that you don't know anything about, in my opinion. And what I mean by something about, it's where they from. You know, what kind of background do they have? You know, or you ever left a room or a classroom and not even know what the teacher's name was? You ever done that? Or something like that? How are you gonna learn in that environment when the teacher don't even tell you their name? I'm sorry, I'm the opposite of that. I'm the opposite of the introvert. I'm the extrovert. All right? Some of y'all are like, extrovert, what's that mean? It sounds like pervert. No, it's not the same thing. All right? All right. How do you get in contact with me? Well, there they are. That's what this is for. That's why I kept this. There's how you get in contact with me right there. The best way to get in contact with me is via cell phone or via email through the office because it goes to my cell phone. So does my home, but I don't ever check my home email because I use my office email for everything. So those are the way to get in contact with me. Where's my office? Well, my office is AC 211, second floor. As soon as you get off the elevator, go to the left. I'm in the office in the corner of the, just keep walking and you'll come to a corner. That's where two walls meet. Okay? I'm in that corner right there, 211. When am I in my office? Well, you go to your locator card. There's a locator card right there. Now, some of y'all may not have this handout, but I sent it to you last night. And if you added since last night or the other day when I sent these, then you didn't get them. So I need to see you after class to send them. Most of my office hours are on Tuesday and what? So you need to write that down. Basically, 10 o'clock till 2:30. Now, I may go get some lunch, but usually I go get it and I come back. So, unless I end up at El Herrero's, and then I might not come back that afternoon. Anyway, some of y'all are like, forget it. Fridays, as I said, for the students, while y'all were downstairs, Friday is, everybody loves Friday, right? And if you don't have classes on Friday, that's great. Anderson campus, we don't have classes on Friday. So if you do want to take advantage of office hours that day, let me know that you're coming. Because if I don't get a phone call that says, Hubert, I need to see you Friday morning, then chances are I'm going to run errands that day or go to IHOP or, you know, I'll get to the office eventually. But if you don't let me know, then I'm going to take my time. But let me know if you're going to come on Friday. And just let me know at least Thursday afternoon if you're coming on Friday or not. And we'll work that out. But just be courteous about Friday because Friday, everybody loves Friday, especially if they don't have classes. And my BA red truck, if you see it out front, you'll know I'm here. So, and you only got to look once or twice in the faculty parking lot to figure out which one's my truck. And you'll see. It's a big red truck. Yep. You already seen it? I don't have smokestacks or big tires or anything like that. I'm very confident. I don't need all that stuff. So anyway, no, not going there. That's that. Make sure you write that down. If you don't have it, make sure you make a note of it, put it in your notebook so you don't come up and ask me, when you're in your office, because I will look at you like you're an alien because I've already given it to you. Capiche? That means comprende. You understand? All right. That's that. Everybody feel good about that? Dang old Andy Griffith show. Dang old favorite show. All right. Dang old King of the Hill. Dang old next favorite show. All right. Class courtesy. Now this one's very important to me because I can pretty much tolerate anything, but I cannot tolerate rudeness.
Some of y'all have pet peeves. What are y'all's pet peeves? Somebody want to throw their pet peeves out there? Anybody got a pet peeve? Y'all know what a pet peeve is? Ungrateful. So when you give somebody something or you hold the door open for somebody, they ought to at least say thank you, right? Huh? Just acknowledge it. Well, my pet peeve is rudeness. Okay? I do not like it. Okay, let's go over a few things. You live in Anderson County. You go to Tri-County Tech. You do not have the credentials to be rude. Okay? It's as simple as that. We won't even get, where you work or where you grew up or anything like that. If you're like me, I grew up West LA. I grew up on the farm. So I'm about as redneck as you can get without having transmissions in my front yard. Okay? I'm about as redneck as you can get. But I do think that everybody ought to be courteous. And I treat students the way that I what?
Want to be treated.
Exactly. And I will give you this much. 20 years I have been teaching. And I've only thrown out 3 people in 20 years. 2 of them were males. The last one I threw out last semester because she was just plain rude. And there was no excuse for it. And she also bashed me on one of my students says she bashed me on Rate My Professor. You could tell which one she is. I said, well, I don't look at it because I don't like to hear myself, see myself, or see people talk about me. So I don't even go there. But you can go there, and if you read them, they say you could really tell. Said she went on there twice and bashed me. I said, well, that's fine. But anyway, I treat students the way I want to be treated. I have a cell phone. Now, somebody in here, Miss Rochester, you've had me before, right? Does my cell phone go off in class? Yes, it does. My mother and I have an 8-year-old and a 16-year-old. So if there's schools or they call while I'm teaching or my mother calls while I'm teaching, since they know my schedule, chances are something is what? Wrong. So I will answer it. I will not answer it in class. I will answer it in the hallway. So if I do that, what do I expect from you? If something, same thing. If your phone goes off, I don't care if it goes off. But if it goes off or if it buzzes or whatever, you get a text and you need to answer it, go in the hallway and do that. No big deal. Everything's good. I'm not one of these teachers that puts this sign on the wall, okay? I don't do that. And I don't freak out when your phone goes off because mine will go off. So it's another thing. Let's say that you come up to me after class and Miss Rochester has a question. She comes up to me after class and she says, Hubert, I need you to help me answer this question. I can't seem to do it. I was doing this part right here and I was doing this, and while she's explaining to me what she's doing, I'm sitting over here texting. What is that? Rude. I can't do it like Bon Quickly, but rude. All right. What's the difference in me doing that to her and her texting while I'm teaching on the board? What's the difference? There is no difference. That's rude. I was rude. She's being rude. It's rude. Don't do it because that will tee me off. Okay? It will make me mad. Please don't do it because I don't do it to you when you're asking me questions or when you're talking to me. Cell phones, texting, I'm not uptight about it as long as if you have to do it in the hallway, and we're good. There's a little door here. I didn't know that was there. I was fixing to say y'all can go in this closet and text if you need to. Attendance. I don't care about attendance. I can't say that very loud, but if you come across the threshold and come up here and say, Hubert, can you count me here today? I will. But that's the only way I can do it. That and you being in your seat. I can't do it by email. I can't do it by text. I can't do it by you leaving a note up here. Financial aid has gone crazy over attendance. And financial aid pretty much tells Tri-County Tech what to do.
because it's federal funded. So when they said 2 or 3 semesters ago, everybody has to take attendance and we have to enforce the policy because people are taking our money and they're not showing up to classes and not doing it. By the time we get a hold of them, they're in BFE and we can't find them. And they've done left the country or whatever. So financial aid basically told Tri-County Tech, you need to do this. And that's what we're doing. So you have to come across that threshold, come up here, whatever. I can't do it by letter. I can't do it by text. I can't do it by whatever. You need to come up to my desk or you need to be in your seat. That's the only way I'll count you here. Okay? It's not my policy. That's pretty much financial aids. And the rest of this is pretty much stuff that y'all can read. I don't want to go into it. There's not many of you that's had me before except for Miss Rochester. Anybody else? Anybody else had me before? Okay. Well, you can go to ratemyprofessor.com and look it up, except for the one with the girl that bashed me last semester. I don't know what she said, but it must have been pretty bad. And all of it was because of a computer. She would play on her computer, her laptop, in class. And then when I'd go over a problem, she'd look at the problem and then she'd raise her hand and she'd say, "How did you do that?" And about the third time, I got a little bit irritated. So anyway, that's, she was doing something while I was presenting. She was texting or doing something while I was trying to communicate. Same thing as I said with Miss Rochester. If she was up here trying to communicate with me and I was playing on the computer and I didn't hear a word she said, that would be rude. And she was doing the same thing. So, and I called her out on it and she said I was being a jerk and I said leave. And she didn't come back for 2 or 3 days, but she eventually came back and apologized, which I give her that. But she still bashed me. So, oh well, what can you do? All right, I hate know-it-alls too. Now, there's a difference between know-it-all and somebody that knows the material. You know what the difference is? The know-it-all don't know how to keep what shut? Their mouth shut. The one that knows the material, they keep their mouth shut, and usually when they open their mouth, it's usually the right answer. The know-it-all usually don't know the right answer, and they just run off at the mouth. So, and they make it very uncomfortable for the class. So I really don't care nothing about know-it-alls, and I'll let you know if you're a know-it-all because I'll ask you what your degree is in. And that's the first warning. That's a shot above the bow that says, okay, shut your mouth. But I haven't had to do that in a long time. So I had to do it in trig 2 or 3 semesters ago. I was teaching a trig class, and I was going through the introductory part and showing, because there was about 3 or 4 students in there that they'd been through high school trig and they were totally lost. So I went through and I was doing it slow with Mr. Know-it-all in the back said, well, are you going to do this, or are you going to do this, and this? I said, he said something to the effect, the book is doing this, and I don't think it needs to be done this. I said, what book have you written? I haven't written a book. I said, exactly. I said, I'll get there when I get there. And what that person was doing, think about it. Have you ever been in a classroom where you were very intimidated by the material? And somebody was in there that made it even worse because they knew the material or thought they knew the material, and it made the class go a whole lot faster, and you are sitting back here at the caboose going sucking wind because you don't know what's going on? What eventually does it make you do? It makes you quit going. And I don't want that. So I took care of that. I take care of that right when it happens. I don't believe in that. If you know the material, stay home. Come in here, put your head through the door, and I'll mark you here. Stay home and do the material at home. If you know it all. Most people don't. Okay? All right. Who else has got questions? I did class courtesies, ideologies. I'll let you read those. I did the supplements. Oh, let me go over this. Let's go over and write some dates, more dates down. When you go to your TCTC account right here, I don't know where it is, but look for this. Academic what? Academic calendar.
hit spring, and go to the second page. Right here. You need to print that page out. Why? Because it has the very important dates for you. Those dates that you don't need to show up for class, which is Monday, January 19th, and where's that dadgum stupid day? Faculty Staff Professional Development Day. No classes on that day. That's March the 3rd. So you need to write down those 2 days. You need to put it in your telephone as don't go to class. Because you don't want to be one of those deadheads that walk through the parking lot, it's empty. You walk through the lobby, it's empty. You walk up to the classroom, it's empty. And then you eventually say to the janitor person, "We're not having class today." What do you think? Write it down. And 2 very important dates for you are last day of what? This is a test question, isn't it, Miss Rochester? Last day of class. When is the last day of class for spring semester 2015? And I'll have Donald Duck, water, happy dance, and then I'll have this date, April 27th. And somebody will miss it.
What's it say?
Huh?
What does it say?
April 27th.
Okay.
I said it. You're going to be difficult. I can't work in this environment, Shelley.
I'm sorry. Okay.
April 27th. Another test question. When are finals? And it'll say April 28th through May the 4th. Write those dates down. So there's 3 or 4 questions you got right there that you can all ace. First one was, how many times or how do I grade the test, 3 attempts? And you say, take the highest grade. What was another one I told you was the test question? Percentages for the weight of the test and the homework is 20, 60, 20, 20. And when is the last day of class? April 27th. And when is the finals? April 20, 8th through the May 4th. There's 4 test questions. That's, depending on how many questions, that's 16 to 20 points. Will everybody get those right? No.
What was them 2 dates we had no class?
March 19th or January 19th and
It's March 13th.
March the 3rd. January 19th and March 3rd. Make sure you print this out. This is a very important page. It's under academic calendar. Another important date. When is the last day to drop classes? March, it's right in here. I can't find it. Hold on. Last day to drop classes for A, session A. I'm looking. There it is. March 11th, right here. By 6:30 p.m. Write that down, March 11th. To drop. Last day to withdraw. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Last day to withdraw from classes right here. I'm sorry, withdraw. One more thing. Hold on a second. Let me look at this. Yep. Okay, I'm looking, checking out the time. Now, YouTube. Go back to YouTube. Now, the difference between virtual office hours and questions. All right, for those of you that were not here when I brought up my page, oops. When you pull up Hubert McClure, they have a green shirt on and they have a maroon shirt on. Maroon shirt is for classes. When you go to the maroon shirt, you go to playlist.
and that pulls up the classes. So if you want to find a video for 155 last semester, because I haven't loaded any, I'll load today's right here. You'll hit this, and it'll go into, and it'll show you where the videos are. Let me pull up 103. I just did it a while ago, and there's the video today. It's there it is. The first day. I mean the first month, 14th day, 2015, and there it is. And that's yours will be up there just as soon as I upload it this afternoon. And that's how you find the classes. If you want to find last semester's class, there it is. And then you can go down and look and see which section you want. There's Unit 3, Chapters 8 and 9, Chapter 9, and there's the date. So that's how you can look at previous videos of classes. Well, what's the green shirt? Well, the green shirt is office hours. In other words, I have a presentation system, or they call it an Elmo, but it looks like an overhead projector, but it's not. It's really a overhead camera, and I can turn it to where I can do stuff on the board, and I can do it on my desk. So some students send me questions and say, could you send me a video of this question? And I'll do it, and I'll also post it on YouTube. When I send it to them via email, I'll also do it. Or I'll send them the link to the YouTube after I post it to YouTube. So it kind of benefits everyone, because if you've had that question, probably 5 or 6 other students in the classroom have that question also. So it helps everybody to post it on YouTube. So when you go to YouTube and you click on the green shirt will take you to problems that I have done in my office for students. Either they're sitting beside me, or I do it on the board in my office. Like, where's one that I do it on the board? I'm trying to find one. Hold on. There's one. And there it comes up. Oh, we got to do that. I don't know what that allow thing is, but and come on, you can do it. An error occurred. Okay. Something happened to my video. Let's go find another one.
Okay,
There it is. Okay, and that's a calculus problem. But the whole point is, you see that I turn the camera around in the office and I do it on the board. And that's that. And if you want to do a 120, let's see, this is 155. So just go down until you see 155. And point slope equation, which is 6.7, number 87 online. So this is the point slope equation. And there's the problem, and I'll go through and do it. Okay? So that's called virtual office hours. Now you can do this several different ways. Let's say that it's Tuesday or Thursday, and it's at like 1 o'clock, and you're trying to do your homework, and you say, I can't do this problem. And you don't want to wait till Wednesday, because that's class and you have to wait and you need to do your homework. So you call me up, or you send me the question, or you email me, or you text me, or whatever, and say, can you do this problem by virtual office hours, or the office hours, whatever you want to call it, okay? And I'll say, sure. So either you can reach me with Skype or link or whatever you have, which is a camera-to-camera interaction, and I can do it that way, and then I'll post it. Or I can do it this way and then send you the link to the YouTube where you'll pull it straight up. And that way you won't have to come up to the office for office hours. You can just do it at home. Now, where did this whole thing came about when gas was like $5 a gallon. And I've been doing it for 2 or 3 semesters. And people from BFE, let's see, Lounsville, Hartwell, not Hartwell, but right before we get into Hartwell on this side, dang old Star, okay? People that live, 45 minutes away, huh? Where do you live? Girl, what you coming to Anderson for?
They dropped my math class at Pendleton, and
You are kidding me.
Well, why didn't they put you in another class at Pendleton?
That's a fantastic question. I don't know why mine dropped.
Well, I'll be lenient on you if you don't make it, okay?
Thanks.
Okay, just make sure you watch the dang videos. All right, so you can keep up with everything.
The only plus to coming out here is like I passed right by All-Star.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. Well, Tomasi Salem, that's one of those places like South Iva and Lounsville. After 5 o'clock, if you ain't from there, you better get out of there.
It's easy. It's a little more lenient.
Oh, it has? Y'all done got politically correct up there? Oh, okay. Well, South Iva and Lounsville have not.
The one thing you should know is internet does not work in Tomasi Salem.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Uh-oh.
be lenient. Be lenient.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, I do have a story to tell you, and I'll shut it down right here. I'm not going to shut down the class, but anyway, I know when class is over. Because some of y'all go into hammy attacks thinking that I'm going to cut class early because you're rustling all your papers and all that. Because class is over at 2:10, and I got 6 more minutes. Went up to Tomasi Salem, one of the vice president. This was like 3 or 4 years after I became an employee at Tri-County. The vice president's mother passed away, and she was from Tomasi Salem. And there was a bunch of us going in different cars up there, and I was riding with 4 ladies that were not from around here. Okay, they weren't from around here. You know what I mean? They were from up north, and they got lost. And they said, "We're in Tomasi Salem," and they were doing that New York accent. And I'm scared to go in and ask for directions. And the other lady said, "Well, send Hubert. He can talk to these people." And I was like, "Thanks." They were scared to go into one of the stores because it was Tomasi Salem, and that was about 18, 19 years ago. So
I was just conceived at that point, so
you don't have anything to mention there, do you? I don't blame you. But she said, "Get Hubert to go in. He can talk to these people."
it's not bad.
It's really not that bad. I'm from Salem.
Is it? What do you do? Why do
I
you?
live in Anderson now, but I'm from Salem here.
Lived in Iowa for 10 years.
Well, South Iva and Lounsville's still that way, isn't it?
Lounsville, yeah. Iowa, we done got 2 red lights.
Oh, okay. Well, and y'all got a subway, didn't you?
Yeah,
Salem
we did.
doesn't have a red light.
Listen, if you don't live in Lounsville, you better make sure you get out of Lounsville before 5 o'clock because they still have a hanging tree down there. Ooh, they don't have any crime rate in Lounsville. Let me put it to you that
They
way.
had hitching posts at the Dollar General. Like 2 years ago, they got rid of them.
Oh, yeah, I was about to fall down. All right, let me get the attendance. Now, this is important. I have to do this every day. I have to get the attendance. So, now, do not leave after class because I need to speak about a couple of more things. And then, let's see, today's Wednesday. Okay, Miss Brown. Okay, you're here. Miss Carey. Okay. Miss Dawson. I'm sorry, Mr. Dawson. I corrected it, thank you. Mr. Dawson, you here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Dido? Is that correct? Dido. I said Dido. Yep. Potato. Miss Edwards. You're Miss Edwards? Got you. All right, Miss Elliott. Okay. Miss Elliott's here. Connie? Okay, Shelley, you're here. Don't throw anything. All right, Miss LaCroix. Miss Littman. Mr. Pardue is here. And Miss Queen. Miss Rochester is here. Miss Roebuck. Okay, I'm going to try Miss Satterfield. Okay, Miss Shaw. Okay, I got 2 Smiths. Raise your hands. Okay, y'all are here. And Mr. Vernon. And Miss Whitfield. Miss Whitfield.
Mr. Williford? Where are you from? Are you from the Williford community? I'm serious. Down on 187? Down towards Shiloh Baptist Church, Genesee Creek Baptist Church?
Daddy might have visited together, he didn't tell me.
Oh, are you born in Anderson?
Uh-huh.
Where about?
South side,
South Side?
South Bank School, messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't be the Williford section. Williford section's out there at Williford Fire Department. I just didn't know if you were tied into the Willifords out that way. Wright, Miss Wright. Okay, anybody's name I didn't call? Okay, what do you need to be working on between now and Wednesday? 1, you need to make sure you get on to My Labs Plus without any problems. 2, you need to decide what kind of book you're going to bring. Either you're going to buy a new book or you're going to use a book, share a book, steal a book, whatever the case may be. I don't care what you use in the class because everybody has the book. Where is it? It's on My Labs Plus. You can print it out if you need to, or you can just watch it. Yes. Yes. Looks like that, yeah. You can get it online. You can, I don't care what you bring to class as far as a book. Get whatever you want to bring for a class, for a math class. Do not bring calculators yet because we don't need calculators yet. And I think that's about it. Any questions for me? Yeah, I'll hook y'all up. I gotta go get my son now. That's another thing I want to tell you. On every other week, I have my son, and I have to go pick him up at 2:30. Okay? So, not this week, but next week will be okay because I don't have to pick him up. But this week, I got to pick him up. So, on the weeks that I have to pick him up, I will let y'all go right at time, like in a few minutes, because I think y'all get out at 2:15 or 2:10. Which one is it? Okay, well then get on out of here then. Y'all have a good day. I'm glad y'all got to see me.
My email?
Yes, let me do that right quick.
Because I had checked it, but I didn't see your name on it.
All right, I'll send you this one. All right, give me your email address.
It's Danielle Queen.
Well, I'm waiting. Okay, well, let me shut this off.
It's really old, so don't laugh when I